one more quick tutorial before I get out of here and rock this funky shirt party at Grease's and get hammered on a goddamn Wednesday nights. Don't drink and DJ though. Anyway, so we're going to be jumping in yet again to the Jailbreak project file. Once again, I am super keen to release this thing. We're going to be looking at the drop, specifically reverb, specifically snare reverb. Now, let's give you a quick example of what this thing sounds like. Once again, my computer is insisting that you only get cheeky 2-second previews. But this is the same song that I did the other tutorial on. It goes like this. If you haven't seen the sample tutorial, go and watch that, okay? And then watch this as well, because it's going to be sick. Alright, and then basically it goes into this big build and this hectic drop that's going to rock stadiums worldwide. And it goes like this. I'm going to show you the second half. We're going to be taking a look at the snare and how I process the reverb on it to sound gangsta. Alright? It's going to go like this. Through these shit speakers and this shit phone mic, you probably won't be able to hear any of that, but I can still explain how I did it, okay? Now, we're going to solo these drums over here and they're going to sound like this. They're going to sound like that, but with less system overload. Alright, so you'll notice there's kind of like this whipping sound effect on the second downbeat of every bar. That's created from these combination of a hard snare, right, which sounds like this. No, that's what all the drums sound like. Sounds like this. Like that. And these pre-shifted claps over here, which add this really nice kind of, you shift the clap a little bit that way. Oh, for you, it's this way, it's left. Shift it left a tiny bit, and it just creates this really cool groove to the track and makes it less electronic and like super gritty and stuff. So couple that with the snare and you get this really cool like whipping kind of sound, and the toms as well, because it's a really cool vibe. It's really cool. Nice groove in the second half, which keeps it up, switches it up, keeps the energy interesting, okay? All about keeping it interesting. So, without wanting to blabble too much, let's get into a quick look at how I process the reverb on these guys. So you'll notice over here they're set to bus 7, right? Pre-shifted claps bus 7, hard snare bus 7. So let's go take a look, shall we, over at bus 7 in our project. And it's going to be up here. Yep, so here we go. So we've got a pretty short reverb, pretty long, pretty short. 2.5 seconds is our drum reverb, and we've sent quite a lot to it. So there's quite a lot of reverb on these drums. There's quite a lot of reverb on the whole track, okay? I like reverb, it sounds epic. And there's an EQ on there as well, nothing too hectic. Cut off the lows, cut off some of the highs, boost some high shit up there as well. But the magic happens, the really cool part happens here with this gate. So you'll notice what this is doing is this is directly after the reverb on the reverb send, and it cuts the reverb when it's too quiet, okay? That's what a gate does, what an expander does. When it reaches its threshold of minus 40 decibels, is going to reduce by minus 100, aka silence the reverb completely, to duck it out of the way and stop it overlapping and washing over too much, because 2.5 seconds is quite long. Like, if you'll notice, the gap between the snares is less than 2.5 seconds. So by definition, you're going to have this reverb washing over into the next hit, and it's going to sound kind of washy and muddy, and we don't want that, okay? So with it on, you can kind of hear it silences just in time for the next hit to come in. But if we had it off, you'll notice quite a big difference, or you should notice a difference. See how it just washes over into the next snare? Like, the reverb tail is still there when the next hit strikes. That sounds muddy, we don't like that. And in the context of in the whole track, it sounds like this, right? whole lot of noise and mush, right? It sounds like that anyway with the speakers, but if you have it on, it just makes the whole situation a little bit more clean, a little bit more crisp, right? A little bit more clear. You'll notice it does sound, you'll hear it as it approaches that threshold. You know, it'll be around minus 39, 41, minus 30 decibels, minus 40 decibels, and it'll be that sort of region, which by itself doesn't sound super great, but with the rest of the track, it cleans it up a lot. It makes it sound really good. So this is what it sounds like with the rest of the track. Still a bunch of noise with these shitty speakers, but you get me, you get the point. That's how it's done. There is absolutely no reason why you should not be rocking festivals worldwide, and frankly playing Ultra Music Festival tomorrow, now that you know this, alright? Jam out, have fun, I'm done. Weird sounds.